Hi guys, I'm back again with another video, and this time it is story time. And it's not the fun stories that I've done before with my sister, and it's not going to make you laugh or feel good, unfortunately. But it is a story I have to tell you, and then I have to tell you the conclusion of the details in regards to my channel and my packages. So it has to do with you folks directly, so please listen all the way through, okay? Because the details that are going to change with my business, you guys are going to need to take note of, okay? But we need to go all the way back in time to how this whole thing began. So it is story time. Buckle in, put on your old seatbelt there and buckle right in, because this is a doozy of a story. And I will say, like I said earlier in my auction, that when I mess up pretty big. In this case, I didn't mess up. Somebody else did, but anyway, the blame went my way, and it is what it is. But I will get to all that, but we've got to go way back in time, and I'll tell you what happened. So, about, I would say 3 months ago, at least 3 months. Actually, now it's probably been 4 months total. 4 months ago, roughly, thereabouts, I went to my post office, and the head clerk, I guess you would call her, she's above all the other clerks that take your mail and give you stamps and whatever else you want to do. So anyway, she was there, and I guess I should tell you the beginning of this is that I had a very great rapport with everybody in that post office in my town in Auburn, Indiana. All great, funny. I loved going in there. I actually looked forward to it. We all seemed to be friends, get along. You know, there was nothing. You know, I would go in there, and they were like, Dawn, do you have any packages? And I'm like, I don't know. I didn't get the mail. Oh, I'll look for you anyway. Sometimes, as soon as they seen my face in the door, they would run to the back on the shelves, get my packages, and just as kind as they could be. And mind you, to back it up even further, when I started my channel, at that time, many people were using PayPal directly to ship their packages. Most of the resellers I was in touch with used PayPal. Most of them barely used Pirate Ship. And if they did use Pirate Ship, it was mainly to ship overseas and to save the overseas people any kind of money that they could, but they preferred using PayPal. And you know, I knew that Pirate Ship was cheaper, and to me, it didn't make any sense to go through PayPal. I'm like, okay, if it's cheaper, why wouldn't you offer that to all your customers, not just the people overseas? So what I did was I started right from the beginning, downloading the Pirate Ship app and giving my information, and I've been using that the whole time. And I never looked back. I never used PayPal. I didn't think it was necessary. I heard all about USPS, very, very expensive, and I didn't want to lose customers, so I'm like, I'm just going to stick with Pirate Ship. So I've been using Pirate Ship forever. It took me a while. I seen the box in a bag feature, but I didn't know how to use it. I asked Carol one night. She gave me a couple pointers about it, and then the rest of the way I navigated and figured the rest of it out myself, but she helped me with some of it, and that was great, with the box in a bag. So finally, when I caught on to Box in a Bag, I thought, this is the cat's pajamas. I was saving my customers, half, if not over half sometimes. And that's a lot of money to save a customer. And so it was great. And so at first, I never used Box in a Bag. I didn't know how. So in the very, very beginning, those of you that bought from me, I'm so sorry. I hope you come back. I did learn a few things as time went on, but I didn't know it then. I'm getting sidetracked here. So back to the story. One day I went in there, and the head clerk, her name is Doreen. She is my favorite one. Hilarious. I mean, the girl she's older than me. She should be a comedian. I mean, everything that comes out of her mouth is hilarious. You laugh every time. And it definitely brightened my day. I loved going in there, especially, she was my favorite. And I went in there one day, and I had the Box in a Bag. I think it was one of Michelle's boxes, and she looked at it and she gave a puzzled look, and it's got the details on the labels, like the pounds, and it shows on the label what you used, whether it's priority mail envelope, whether you used or a box, or whether you did Box in a Bag. It will put the label of the form, the method that you use to ship. And when you use Box in a Bag, for those that don't know, when you put it in a bag, it treats the package as if it's an envelope. So what we do is we put your stuff in a box, and then we put it in a bag and seal the bag. But when you put the Box in a Bag feature into the computer system for that person, it eliminates the third measurement, which is the height. You only have to type in the length and width. So you eliminate the height. So that third measurement is missing. So when she looked at it, she noticed the third measurement was missing, and she asked about it, and I'm like, yeah, it's Box in a Bag. She said, what are you talking about, Box in a Bag? And I'm like, you don't know what Box in a Bag is? Through Pirate Ship? She goes, Pirate Ship, what is that? And I said, it's a shipping app that you use, and it saves my customers money, and that's what I use. She's like, well, why don't you use USPS? And I told her, and, we talked about the Box in a Bag. And she says, well, the problem is this is not a envelope, because your stuff is in a box. I said, no, because then that box is put in an envelope. And we kind of went back and forth. It was, kind of mild. It wasn't anything, and then I quit, because I was like, this is getting weird. This is a woman who's normally funny and life of the party kind, and look forward to going in there, blah, 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 whatever. So she said, well, I don't understand. I said, well, all you got to do is look up the app. It tells you what you need to know about the app, and then, you could figure out. I said, it's legal. I mean, it's, So she said, okay, but, you really need that third measurement. And I said, well, it doesn't ask for it, so I can't put it in. There's nowhere to put it in. Once you click on the Box in a Bag, it totally eliminates it. It don't even bring it up. So it's not that I wouldn't put it in there. It doesn't need it because it's an envelope now. So anyway, she didn't understand it. She never heard of it, which to me was really weird that, the post office has not heard of Pirate Ship at all. So anyway, as the next 2-3 months went on, every time she would take my boxes, the badgering got worse. She would make a big deal, and you could tell she talked to the other workers who I also really liked and got along with, and they started badgering me. I don't understand why you don't use USPS. And I said, cuz it's, I'm losing, um, I'll lose customers if I use that. It's more expensive. No, it's not. And just the badgering. And it's like, look, I thought in the beginning it was just you want me to use USPS, and you're like, maybe the higher up is really getting on your case and wanting you so bad to get the customer to switch over. So anyway, it got worse and worse, and in particular Doreen, who was the head clerk. And it got to a point where in the end, this was like 2 months ago, she would get like irate mad. And she's like, Laura, come here. Laura was her boss, kind of like the assistant to the chief postman there. And she would come out, and finally that last time she came out, and this is what it is. She was screaming, this is what I was talking about. She comes in here, and this is pirate ship, and this is this, and box in a bag, and just went off. And I said, I told you, Doreen, that it was perfectly legal. I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at that company because you can't do this. And I said, why can't you? I don't understand what your problem is, because I am just putting it in a bag, okay? I'm not committing the seventh sin. So let's take it down an octave here, because she was causing a scene, just losing it. And she said, I told you need all three measurements, because it is a box. And you guys know when I do your packages like that, I tend to tape up the ends of the points of the edges of the bags. So, and it makes it to where you can see the shape of the box. But I make it to where it's nice and neat. That's why I do it. I didn't like to leave it as is because it doesn't look nice. And to me, anyway, I didn't think. So that's why I do that to your packages, and you can definitely make out the shape of the box and all that. But I did it just to neaten up the box, make it look nicer. And she's like, don't you realize that the cubic square foot, this is all wrong. The measurements are wrong. And I'm like, no, the measurements are correct. It's just missing the height. And, I was being just as calm as I'm talking to you. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't get mean. I didn't get ugly. I didn't get mad at her. I was upset inside, but I didn't show it. I was just talking to her nicely. I'm like, I did tell you before, if you research it, the post office itself, the USPS, they have different little places where they have their name, and they'll say, go through pirate ship, it's cheaper. There is a couple times I've seen on their site where they also say it's cheaper to ship with them. It's really kind of weird. That part, I don't understand what USPS was doing when it came to pirate ship, but seeing as how they're on their site, in my mind, it's almost like pirate ship, almost like it's a branch of USPS. It reminds me of, this is just an analogy. When I was shopping at Aldi's back in the day, this is just an analogy, like I said, I used to buy their brand of what would be Mountain Dew. Well, I'm a big Dew-aholic, always have been all my life, and I know what the real Mountain Dew is and what's not. And the Pepsi Corporation used to distribute their Mountain Dew under the Aldi's maker label that they distribute it through out of, but it was the real deal. It was actually Mountain Dew, but it was not labeled Mountain Dew. They used the same writing. You could tell the Pepsi company made the lettering because the lettering was the shape of the letters and the picture and the color was exactly what Pepsi uses for the Mountain Dew cans, but it was just different name to the pop. And when you tasted it, it was definitely the Mountain Dew. Well, they used to do that, and then they quit. I don't know what who they use now, but Pepsi no longer uses Aldi. But it's like, the excess of pop or whatever, they sell it at a cheaper rate and go through Aldi's. Well, I started to think my research that I did with Pirate Ship, it's almost like USPS is using Pirate Ship almost like it's their actual company to make shipping cheaper, but it's another way for the government to get money. I don't know if this is true. I don't know. It just seems like it. I don't know if it's government owned, but could be kind of thing. I don't know. This is just a theory, but anyway. So the woman, when she see me that day, Doreen, she literally was so mad. And the last couple times I had been in there, she was so mad that she would take one look down at the box and do a disgusted sigh. And then she's like, and her head would shake. You know those people? It looks so retarded when I do it. You know those people that when they get so irate, they shake their head like they're having a mini convulsion. That is exactly what she did to me. She was that angry with me for bringing in box and bag packages. I kid you not. I can't make this stuff up, people. That she did that, and this last time, I mean, she really shook her head. This is the last time you're going to bring this package in here. And I said, it's perfectly legal for me to mail out this box. It is not illegal in any way. All you're supposed to do is weigh it, scan it through, and give me my receipt. That's it. I don't know what the problem is here. Just because I'm using a different app, you don't like it, you know nothing about it. And she just went off and went on. This is the last time. You won't be able to ship these through here ever again, blah, blah, blah. So this was a couple months ago at least. So from then on, I've had to go to the next town over. That's more in gas money, of course. It's a problem. It's a way smaller post office that I go to now. There's only like 2 postal workers, clerks that work there. Kid you not. And they have the personality of a dry washcloth. I mean, it's just awful. You can't get those women to smile. So anyway, it's just been a pain in the butt, right? I've been having to go to another post office. I was done going to mine. It was clear that, I wasn't going to be treated with respect. I hadn't been for a few months straight. I went through this, and every day going in there, every week, and getting harassed and belittled and spoken down to, and told what I can and can't do with my packages and how I ship them. And so last couple months I've been going to this to Waterloo, which is the next town over. Very, very small population. Hardly anybody lives in that town. I don't know, maybe a couple hundred, if, I don't even know if it's that many. It's really small, it seems like. Anyway, we'll just say a couple hundred just for the heck of it. I don't know how many, but today I went into the post office, and yesterday, not today, yesterday, the woman says, and I had a box and a bag. I have several. A lot of my packages are box and a bag because I'm a variety reseller. I don't just sell jewelry, I sell a vast amount of stuff. And she says, we're not going to be able to ship that out. And I said, why? And she goes, well, what's that app you use? And she said, I forget what she said. I said, no, what are you talking about? She goes, your shipping app. And I go, Pirate Ship? And she goes, yeah. And to back it up again, just for one moment, when I started going a couple months ago to this new post office that I'm going to, the very first day I was on the defense. I had to mail out my packages. I couldn't go right here in town. 3 minutes away is my post office. I had to go there, so I was already on the defense. And I told them straight out, I told the lady there, look, I need to know if you accept box in a bag packages. What are you talking about? Box in a bag. It's the feature on Pirate Ship. You know what Pirate Ship is? No. I said, it's a shipping app. I said, good Lord. I said, does anybody in the state of Indiana know what Pirate Ship is? Apparently not. So I began to tell her things about it. I said, I just want to ship out my packages and I don't want to be harassed. My customers need their packages. It's bad enough I have to go out of town somewhere. But somebody needs to accept these packages. Nobody else in my community gets any harassment from their postal workers about mailing out box in a bag packages. And I want to make sure that you are on the up and up about this and you're okay with it, because otherwise I'm just going to move on. And she said, yeah, we'll take your packages, but she didn't know nothing about it. So fast forward to yesterday. The other woman, not her, not the one she accepted, said, okay. This was the other one, and she said, we can't ship it out. I said, why? She goes, because that app you use, what is it? And I said, Pirate Ship? And she's like, yeah. We have to, your box, which, like I said, when I mail it and I wrap it up, I tape down the end tabs. So all of the four corners of the poly bag that I use, I tape up. I press them down, I fold them over, press them down, and tape them. Just so it looks neater. You can see the shape of the box, but it's, a neater package. I said, I can't package it this way. She said, no, it can't resemble a box. Auburn sent us some email. I said, oh, no. I said, Auburn sent you an email. They're not in charge of you. So why are you listening to them? And she goes, no, they sent an email. We're in a district. They sent it to all of us in the district that we cannot accept packages like this unless they're loosely, the box is loosely put in that envelope and there is no appearance that it's a box necessarily. Meaning, don't tape it down and definitely, tape it really nice and tight to where you can tell it's a box. In other words, get rid of the tape. I said, are you kidding me right now? She goes, no, I just got the email. I said, this is bull. I am I can't even believe. I said, so that woman that gave me heck in my town, you're telling me that she played God and basically told all of the nearby post offices from town to town in northern Indiana not to take box in a bag. She said, well, we can take it, but your package is tightly fitted. We need it. I said, so I got to take this package all the way back home and repackage it loosely, like basically lay off the tape, and then you'll accept it. She said, yeah. She said, I'm sorry, I'm transferring soon, and I just found out about it myself today, so I didn't know. She said, and I told her that I don't understand because the other woman, she told me that she would accept it. She said she did. I don't know why she didn't tell you about this. You're in here every day. I mean, every week. And I said, yeah, I feel like I'm in here every day, but yeah, I'm in here every week, twice a week to mail out packages. And seems like she would have said something. She's like, yeah, I know. I said, okay. So I went all the way back home, and that was Carol Lee's package, which, like I said, Carol Lee, I'm so sorry about that. I had to wait until today, and I did mail it out along with everybody else's who paid. And all of yours, to make this story, to round it up, is all your packages are going to basically be sloppy. They're not going to look good. I cannot do them the same way I did them before, or they won't accept them at all. When I went back there today, I said, here's one thing I don't understand. Why are you listening to a head clerk of another post office? That's an invasion of my rights, mailing out packages and packaging them the way I want to, as long as it's legal. So I don't understand. And she said, no, what it is the woman there, the clerk, placed complaints to the district, the head, which is Indianapolis. They are in charge of the whole district. I'm thinking, I live in DeKalb County, and I'm thinking it must be like a few different counties. Our county, I don't know what other counties are involved in the district, but Indianapolis is in charge, and so they sent the email to the surrounding post offices not to accept them at all unless they're loosely packaged, meaning I can't make them look nice and neat. So how this affects you is you are going to be getting really ugly, sloppy looking packages, in my opinion. The box is going to be loose in the bag. The bag will be more oversized. It has to be on purpose. So I can't even go to another town around here because the same email got to them as well. And they're not allowing them to accept them. Supposedly they looked up, pirate ship, and that's what pirate ship said. Which I don't think it came from pirate ship at all. This one woman placed a complaint because she didn't like it. And to boot, what I didn't tell you is she told me flat out when she got livid mad at me that basically I was stealing from the government. She said, you're stealing from us, meaning the government, because the government owns the post office, postal service. So I said, how am I stealing from you? Well, because your package, the way you're doing it, basically takes up 2 slots when it should only be taking up 1. I said, because of the measurements, that doesn't even make any sense. I mean, she was just saying a load of BS. None of what she said even made sense, except for when she was breaking down the cubic square foot and how it's not, the measurements aren't, we can't accept them. I said, but you can, because, in the beginning she used to say, you got to watch it because your packages are going to be returned. I said, they never get returned. What are you talking about? Well, without that third measurement, they'd have to be getting returned because that doesn't make any sense. I said, well, you're wrong because they're not getting sent back. They never do. I said, and all the resellers and all the other states do it too, and they don't get sent back. Well, they got to be taking more money out of you. And I said, no, they're not. I said, this is a app, that saves money. I don't know why you can't accept that. And it just, like I said, the harassment was just, it got so bad that when this all happened, I tried to call the chief postal guy, and I have made several phone calls. Either they are not giving him the messages or he's ignoring me. I only spoke to him once. He said he would investigate and do his research and look up pirate ship, and he would call me back. He never did. This was several weeks ago. I still, even today, I tried calling, trying to get in touch with him. And so, it takes a lot for me to get angry. But when I get angry, it's either because A, you're messing with my kids or my family or my business or my money. And if you're messing with any of those things, yeah, I get mad. And when I get mad, I get mad. I kept my cool. I don't know how, but it angers me so bad, because I get what they're saying about how it can't resemble a box, but they go through. There's no reason why they shouldn't go through. It's a legal app, and I think it's just their way of wanting pressure, high pressure, for us to use USPS, and I won't bend. I told them I won't do it. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, I'm not going to use USPS just because you want me to. And you're being pressured to force your customers to use it or whatever, and I'm just not down with that. And so I needed to tell you this, that your packages, I am so sorry. And I can't say sorry enough, but literally, it's, for some reason, it was just this one woman who couldn't handle what I was doing and using this app, because she was ignorant to it. She didn't know anything about it. She didn't do her research. And it's awful that people, things that she said, the way she treated me, and all the sound effects, and, all the, acting out and over dramatizing the situation. It just, it was heck every time to go in there. And, she got more mad by the day because she could tell I wasn't giving in. I wasn't going to stop using them, and that's what she wanted. So basically, because of me, I changed the whole shipping system with box in a bag within the entire part of northern Indiana, it sounds like. I am the cause of the sloppy packages coming to you guys now, and I am so sorry. Amy, you're going to have to tell me, girl, whether this affected your post office or not. I don't know in the district what post offices were directly affected, but, and I'm so sorry. It's my fault, apparently. But yeah, like I said, when I mess up big. Even though, I didn't mess up. I was just using an app that I've always used, and they definitely don't want me to use it. So your packages are going to look very different and ugly and messy and sloppy, and I'm so sorry, but I have to mail them that way if they are a box in a bag. Please be understanding of this change. I did not mean for this to happen. I didn't think the situation would get any worse. And it's like, okay, it wasn't bad enough that you got me to where I can't even go to my own post office to ship my stuff. That wasn't bad enough. Nope. You had to go even further and get it to where I can't mail out these packages anywhere the way that I always have. So you guys know how I used to wrap up all my videos. I'll wrap it up again by saying, please be kind. Be kind to the person next to you, your family member. You know, it's not always easy to be kind to people who are ruthless and rude and dramatic and full of lies and manipulation. I tell you what, I should have won a Nobel Peace Prize or something for not losing it on her. I think if I were to see her again and she would open her mouth, I probably would then, to be honest. I'm still very upset by this. My post office is literally 3 minutes away from me, and now I have to waste gas to go out of town. I really believe in my heart that even if I do this packaging this way, I still can't use my post office, which is why I'm trying to contact the chief there over at the office so that I can have him, you know, I told him before he needs to talk to this woman and calm her down and talk to everybody else in the office. And he wanted me to bring up one of those boxes the way I packaged them. And I said, I don't know why you can't just listen to what I'm saying and just realize how I'm packaging them. But yeah, I guess I'll do it if that's what you want. But I think that's a little over the top. If you just go to the app and do your research, you should, you know, read about what it's about and that there's nothing wrong with it, literally. So I just needed to tell you that because, like I said, it's going to affect my packages from here on out. I'm so sorry that your packages are going to look like Hades, you know, but unfortunately my hands are tied. I'm still going to try to get a hold of the dude, but if I can. It's been several messages and repeated phone calls. It's just not getting anywhere there, so I doubt anything else is going to happen. So with that being said, I'm going to sign off, and I hope you guys don't get upset by the packages, please. I wouldn't... Today, I sent out my first set like that. There, I think Barbara Paul, there's some people, Carol Lee, your packages are not going to look good, and I'm so sorry. So please don't be offended by my packages. I hope that's not gonna ward you guys away, but there's nothing I can do, I'm afraid, as far as right now. So I just thought I would keep you in the loop, and I will see you guys tomorrow on Carol's channel for our auction at 4 p.m. Have a good night, guys. Don't worry, you know, it is what it is. I can't really fix something that's out of my hands. I'm trying to, you know, calmly talk to the postmaster and see if there's any changes in a good way that can be done, hopefully soon, because it's been very hard on me, more time consuming to go to a whole nother town, and it's going to be even worse in the winter, you know, because we'll have snow and ice to deal with. So hopefully everything will turn around. But with that, I'm going to sign off. I'm awful tired. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later, okay?